Good morning. Welcome back. Kent Bain with Nine Business Group and Elevate Your Business Spotlight interview. We have Andrew Forbes. Andrew joining us today with Peak Designs. Andrew, please introduce yourself and most importantly, what you do, what sets you apart from your competition.
Hi, yes, I'm Andrew Forbes, Peak Designs, and yeah, we work with business executive coaches, really to help them build on their online presence and in different ways. So usually that's in the form of building the websites and help them managing it, and then helping with marketing services. What sets us apart? I like to say like that we really aim to be more of your technology marketing partner, as opposed to like just like a one-off company you bring in to build a website. Like we really try to like work with our clients, really build that partnership with them, and then really make it a sort of personalized approach to the process. Like we don't do like sort of templated websites. We have frameworks because we always want to like provide like best practices, but we always want to make sure that everything we build for people, it's like it's for them. It's a bespoke solution for them, so that they're very proud of their site. They get a lot of say during the matter, so that at the end of the day they're really proud and pleased with the website that portrays their company.
Thank you. You indicated before we hit record that you've been in the space for probably close to 15 years now. In that 15 years, what has been the biggest challenge you've had to face? And how did you overcome it? What does it look like today?
Biggest challenge. Uh, Biggest challenge, I find it's like almost like in a way to duplicate myself, and like finding a good team members to help my clients, because I have a like because I've been doing it for a while. I've seen a lot, um, and like so the biggest challenge has been like finding the right team members, and setting the right processes to help them succeed, because it's very easy when you're used to doing a lot of things on your own, to like expect a certain have a high expectation for it, and when things don't happen you have to like kind of continue to reevaluate and figure, okay, what broke down, what can we do better next time. And so the biggest challenge is, yeah, like getting those team members in place, getting the processes in place, and so that it's a more seamless process of when we build, or like when we work with a client, and help them provide the best service we could provide.
Good observation. I think that's near and dear to many people's hearts as we grow and scale a business, whether we're getting to 500,000 or 5 million. We can't do it alone, and trying to find the right people, but also, to your point, develop the systems that they follow to make it scalable. In those 14 or 15 years, a lot has changed in the world of online marketing, digital marketing, websites, etc. But it seems to be changing faster and faster all the time. Can you, I guess, what are the biggest changes you're seeing in the last 3 or 4 years that people should be aware of? But more, and also part two of that is, as we look ahead 3 to 4 years, if we can look ahead that far, what are some changes entrepreneurs need to be aware of when it comes to online marketing and online presence?
Yeah, that's a pretty loaded question, because it's like, but like you said, it feels like a fast and furious time, that our day and age that we're in. Like it wasn't that long ago that you had to make sure that your website was mobile friendly. And while that's still like an issue that has to be addressed on every website, it's certainly not what people are talking about as much anymore. Now it's all about sort of AI, and figuring out where's that going, and how can you best use it, because like especially the last couple of years, uh, like especially with AI, ChatGPT, and all the other variants of it, it's just gone gangbusters. It feels like, not just from like creating a quick blog post, which which has its own issues there. Like you, I guess my biggest thing is that you can't. What was one thing that you really remember with tools like ChatGPT is that you can't just, it can't be just like a plug and play. Like you have to really think of it as in a way, a glorified assistant. It's like a first draft of what you want to put out, but it's never a last thing, because there's so much content in there, and which just makes it that much harder for your content to stick out in all the noise. So that being said, like your expertise is still the end of the day, like what's going to make you different from others. So you always have to like, you always want to inject your thoughts, your stories, whatever you do. And so that's sort of like the AI when it comes to content that I sort of want to highlight. But there's other parts of AI that are just coming out now. Now you can just uh, click a couple buttons and their AI is building full websites. It's like, which sounds cool on the surface, but it's also kind of scary in terms of like the quality that's put out there. Because at the end of the day, you still need to you still need to make sure that like that the website tells your story. It helps identify the problems that you help, how you help people, and provide your solutions. So like yeah, so like some of the trends and things that like I'm keeping tabs on, and is yeah, is kind of just seeing where AI goes, and because it's wild right now.
So you're telling me one day artificial intelligence will build a website for me?
It already, there's tools out there already that it's I'm not
So what are you
saying
gonna do
that
for work?
my my thing is that you have to like well, what I'm gonna do is continue to like work with people, and my value is my expertise and helping them make sure that their story gets out. And and so sometimes it'll require using some AI tools often, but it'll still like have to have their expertise, their like their story has to be the forefront of it. Otherwise, it'll just look like every other website. So right now, I'm not too concerned because it's like there's yeah, those tools will punch out websites obviously very quickly, but that's not kind of what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to make sure it's a very well thought out a process, and a website that the client's happy with, that tells their story, that helps their clients. And so yeah, so right now I'm very curious to see how it goes, and like how we can use it to be more efficient, but I'm not worried that it's gonna take take my job in the near term at
I
least.
don't think it is either. I'm only teasing a little bit. I kind of I guess I liken it to any other customer experience that we want. If we think about the restaurant business, as restaurants try to add um, automation, and McDonald's has brought in the teller, like computers for ordering and stuff, and you kind of go, yeah, you get what you pay for. And I think that artificial intelligence, a robot building certain things, will obviously build in a certain way, but to create a proper or to achieve a certain type of user experience, you probably need a user experience to create it. You need a human being to do it. So I think there is going to be those different levels of, yeah, you can have an artificial intelligence built website for $300, or you can have one that works and that has some emotion and feeling and addresses the real problem. It's just going to be a little more. So I think that's great. When you look back, what is the greatest learning you've had? The one thing you know. No, that is an absolute first. If I've spent 2,000 hours on Zoom in the last year, it has never, it literally just closed the app.
Really?
It just went whoop, and came back up. So I guess my editor is going to have a hard time putting it back together. So they have a little bit of a project. All right.
Geez, I
So
was worried for. Oh, okay, sorry, go ahead.
that's okay. So the next question to pick this back up is, what is the greatest learning that you've had in growing and running a business? The one thing that you know now that you can go back and tell younger Andrew, make sure you do this or have this piece of knowledge or behave in a certain way.
My first thought was, I would say communication, and you can never communicate. You always think you're communicating enough, but it's never enough. Meaning that you think you're like just talking to someone or writing an instruction down will be sufficient, but I certainly learned working with people, regardless if it's English is a first language or not, or how strong their English is, it's still like you still have to be very, you still have to ask follow-up questions, make sure they understand what's going on. because I learned the hard way that like sending a quick email is like, hey, can you just do this, make this quick change, blah blah blah. It's like, nope, that wasn't what I was envisioning at all. And so you really got to you got to be clear. You got to like, and sometimes you have to well, I guess sometimes recording videos like to display kind of exactly what you want. Is like doing or screenshots, like just other ways to communicate can really help make sure that communication lands with them, and so they know what to do, so that you're not spending that extra time like reviewing and fixing over and over again.
No, it's key. I went through it yesterday. I mean, I've been in the coaching space for 2 decades now. I've probably had tens of thousands of conversations, and last night with a new client or prospect that just it wasn't good enough. And so yeah, it can. There's always room for improvement, even when you think you're good enough at it. So, great point. Thank you very much. If there was a pirate, a thief in your business, what would they be stealing?
um, I would say, I guess our processes, like not that they're the world-class processes, but I think they do still save someone, especially someone who's starting up, like or like I think it'll save people a lot of time, like because we've developed these processes, whether they're like SOPs and the structures of how we go from prospect to finished website. And so I find, yeah, just having a really strong process, and then like the one that we've built has really benefited us. So like, that'd be like the first thing that comes to mind.
No, that's great. The last question, what is your definition of a successful business?
I would say it's twofold, at least twofold. One, a successful business requires like a successful team, and that includes yourself too, that where people are like they're enjoying their work, they feel challenged enough that they want to like continue going, more want to work for you, um, and like they're happy what they're doing. And then there's the other side, that your clients are happy too. And like, yes, you're not may not please every client every single day. Things happen, but your overall, like your goal is to make sure they're happy, they're pleased with your service, and then and of course if things go sideways, we just talked about communication. You rectify that any issues with some good communication. But so like, yeah, a successful business to me is you have a really, you have a good team, and they're happy and they enjoy what they're doing. Then you also have good clients, and they're happy and pleased with your services.
Thank you very much. Now, time for the shameless self-plug. Who should find you, most importantly, and where should they find you?
Who should find me?
Yes, which your prospects, who is your clients that you want to find you, and where should they find you?
Yeah, we're always well, we love talking with coaches, specifically business executive coaches, and helping them out. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, we just love really helping people, especially more in the services business, and really help people who want to make a difference with the people they work with. So like that's what we enjoy doing, helping people who like help others. And so where you can find me, the website is peakaddesigns.com. But you can also find me on LinkedIn, Andrew Forbes. And yeah, that's a good spot to see what I'm up to.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Andrew. Appreciate it. Love the insight and the stories, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Kent. It's a pleasure speaking with you.